Hello everyone, my name is Justin. Welcome to my first ever Let's Play of a game that I hold dearly in my heart, Pikmin. I didn't know what other game to pick, so I just decided to do one that I know that I'm very familiar with. So this is Pikmin. This was a launch title for the GameCube, and it spawned two sequels and a third game, or fourth game, I mean, on the 3DS. Anyways, you want to head over here, and you're gonna reveal this ship. Strange looking one, of course. Only Nintendo could come up with something like this. So while that seed grows, we're going to go over here and take out some of these called pellet posies, I think. Excuse me if I got that name mixed up. There's a few enemy and creature names in this game that have some just really weird and obnoxious names. So go over here. The A button is going to be really useful for this entire game. You're going to be using it to throw these creatures around and basically do everything else. And as if it isn't obvious already, this creature is called a Pikmin. Now in the first game, there's only 3 that exist, while in the second and third game, more Pikmin start getting added to the mix. The rest is really just explaining the controls, which obviously is of no use to anyone who's not playing it, but you get to see it anyways. Alright, so we're gonna get him started by throwing him at this pellet. So while those ones grow, we'll send him off to do some more work. Oh, no, I need you guys to actually grab that. So basically a lot of this game is just going to be you carrying stuff from one place to the other. Now of course holding the B button will use your whistle, which then you'll be able to call back any Pikmin that are either doing work, attacking things, or just sitting there. You can't use it to uproot Pikmin, you have to do that manually. Now I think there's a pellet up on one of these hills. Not that one. Should be this one. You don't really need to do this, I don't think, but we're gonna do it anyways. Okay, now we'll let those two carry that back. So Pikmin can be used in many, many, many different ways. Most of the time it'll just be them carrying something or, like I said, attacking things. But certain Pikmin have special abilities, and the red ones you'll see eventually, but you won't see right away. Okay. Were there any Pikmin? Yes, there were. So before we go over to the next area, just grab those two. Alright, we'll call all these guys. And wouldn't you know it, one of the ship parts is here. And probably the most important one. So at the moment we don't have enough Pikmin to actually carry it back. So we need to get more. The more Pikmin that you have carrying something, the faster it will be taken back. And that varies later in the game, but I'll explain that when we get to it. And because it's the beginning of the game, and because it's just the introduction, I can explain a few things. This game, like I said, was released on the GameCube, but it was also released later on the Wii with the new play controls. Basically, it was motion controls using the Wii and the Wii Nunchuck. The Wii Remote and the Wii Nunchuck. It was a different take on it. I actually haven't played that version. I'm not sure if I ever will, if I can get it for a decent price, because I don't know what it's going for right now. Especially considering that this game is pretty sought after, and yeah, and I'm just not sure. But I did play Pikmin 3, but even that one, while motion controls were preferred by most people, I still used the Wii U Pro controller for that one. So I'm not really sure how I feel on that. But like this one, the second game was also released on the Wii, and I think it's also available on the Virtual Console. I could be wrong, but anyways, bring your Pikmin once you have at least 20 over here, and they will start carrying the engine back to the dolphin. So anything that the Pikmin consider to be for them, or to produce more Pikmin, will be carried back to the onion. Anything that is not for the Pikmin, i.e. the ship pieces, will be taken back to the ship. Now, a few other things to note. Pikmin are a resource, but they're a limited resource. If you run out of Pikmin at any point in the game, you will have to leave and lose an entire day. The same thing will happen if Olimar runs out of energy, which is in the bottom left corner. But, because day one is just an introduction, it's just showing you how to play the game, and it's not going to make you do anything too difficult. Okay, so this is the results screen for the day. It doesn't really matter for the first day, but you'll notice that there's going to be a trend. Well, not really a trend, but like differences in the Pikmin population and how many parts are remaining. So this shows how many that you sprouted in a day, how many Pikmin that you lost in battle, and at the end of the day, how many Pikmin were left behind. So if at sunset you don't gather up all your Pikmin and the day ends, the ones that you didn't get or have back at the Onion will be lost. Which is a little unfortunate, but it means you have to control and maneuver and basically map out how you're going to do everything in one day. And it can get pretty complicated later in the game. But like I said, the early stuff won't challenge you too much, but it'll still be a bit of a challenge. So anyways, there's 30 parts in total, and there's 29 days remaining. I think it's very likely that we can get every single part before the time's up. And we will continue that in the next episode. So, in the next part, we're going to check out the Forest of Hope. And we're going to meet some of the most iconic enemies from the Pikmin series. So other than that, my name is Justin, and welcome to my first ever Let's Play of Pikmin, and I hope to see you in the next part. Thanks for tuning in.